Thank you so much, everyone. So that's Ghiblified me, going with the trend. I'm Nancy. I love products. I work as engineer and developer advocate. Currently, I'm doing my master's from Cornell University, and previously I have worked at Blinkit, which is an e-commerce startup. I have worked with Gitpod and LocalStack as a developer advocate. I am a CNCF ambassador. I also founded Women in Cloud Native Community, and that's where I met Carol, and she became my very good friend. And we are giving a talk, so I'm super excited for giving the first talk with you. I also led CNCF Sustainability Week, so I am a co-chair of Tag Environment Sustainability for all those people who are concerned about sustainability in tech. I love nature, I love cats, and I love to travel. And if you want to know more about me, you can scan the QR code.
Okay, well, here, my name is Carol Valencia. Nice to meet you, everyone. I like cloud-native security. I used to work in Aqua Security, this very security company. Now I am in Elastic, but I really like the DevOps and cloud-native topics. I am CNCF ambassador also with like Nancy. And also I am Cloud Native chapter organizer for Latin America. Like, it will be in the city that I live, that is Sao Paulo. And also I help with Lima, Peru, because I am from Peru, so I try to help my local community. And I am doing also helping some KCDs. So I think that's give me an overview how is the community, how can we help each other, especially with open source and on these tech topics. And also I participate in the Kubernetes release team, to also give me a view that what is some of the topics, or maybe how can we start to contribute even for people that don't speak the language. It's a foreigner, and then for another country that is not native. And yeah, that's the reason that even I help with the Spanish localization mainly, that in the projects of Kubernetes and OpenTelemetry. And if you have any doubt, I reach my contacts to help you in any of these initiatives.
Awesome. So why non-code contribution matters? We are going to talk about that. But before we start, I just want to ask you, how many of you are struggling with documentation, bad documentation, and you want someone to fix it? Please don't be shy. I see a lot of hands. So yeah, that's the starting of a talk. So I collected these things from the people of CNCF community and open source community. And one thing which I really liked at the top is non-code contributors to open source projects are like multipliers for code contributions. You don't have to write code to contribute to open source. Then Movi says that she was overwhelmed. I felt intimidated because I thought I had to write code or build complex software to fit in. But then she came across one of the great articles that I'm proud to be a non-code open source contributor, and that's what motivated her. And that's the whole idea for today's talk. We would like to motivate you to enable more non-code contributions. So non-code contributions are secret to open source success. They enable open source projects in many ways, be it documentation, be it someone suggesting better UX, be it someone giving the feedback. There are so many non-code contributions which we're going to talk more about and in today's talk. And maybe you can pick up which you want to contribute to. So let's look at one common example, and this is something related to me as well. So when I started my career at Blinkit, we used to Grafana. It was back in 2019, 2018, and we used to use Grafana, open source version, and then we used to use Grafana, and we had like a lot of feedbacks to Grafana. And then we went to Kubernetes Forum Delhi. We had Grafana team, and we said that let's sit on the table and let's talk about it. We want to give you feedbacks. Can you please fix this in your code base? Can you have more features? So yes, this is what I want to talk about. This is also a contribution. So users ask questions or provide feedback that, hey, I tried out your product. I tried out this thing. Maybe onboarding could be better. Documentation was not good. Maybe there are so many open issues. Can you have first-timer issues? There are so many ways in which you can give feedback. Maintainers receive and listen to that input. Do we have any project maintainers in the audience, by the way?
Well.
Oh, we have. So yes, I'm pretty sure you might feel like the feedback is super important. Then they gain insights and ideas. They improve the features and experiment, deliver better software, and create something which users love. So this is one of the non-code contribution providing feedback. So I just collected some data. So this is composition of people attending KubeCon 2024 Paris, KubeCon Paris. And we have business operations people, we have executive people, we have sales and marketing, we have product managers. We also have professors and academic. We have students. So you see those percentage is a huge number. And these are like those people who are directly related to product, but they are not developers. So yes, this is the data. And why non-code contribution matter? Community is more than code. For any open source project, be it Kubernetes, we're going to touch upon that, like how you can start contributing to Kubernetes. Be it Kubernetes, there are so many people behind that project. There are so many people working on documentation, so many people working on the release teams and communications, so many people working on the issue triage. So we have a lot of people who are behind the success of open source project. Non-coders drive impact, be it the feedback, collecting the feedback, be it connecting with the community like we all are doing in this room. Non-coders definitely drive impact. So recognition isn't just for coders. There's a space for everyone in tech. So yes, that's why non-code contributions matter.
Yeah, well, here we have a list, a huge list, that I think is if you can identify with any of this role, because you have many, like we say, documentations that maybe you would like to share your knowledge, creating a blog, or helping with the translation in your language. Communication is like, you can see Slack is very important in all open source projects. So, like helping there is very important. And if you think about it, you have the landscape of the CNCF that is like more than 1,000 projects. We will focus on Kubernetes and OpenTelemetry because there is a big project that they have a big thing in these communications. But if you think about, you can apply all that we will talk in the thousands of the CNCF projects that you have, and really they need attentions in issue triage, content moderation, CI/CD, bug fixed, and yeah, it's so many things. Here is an example about you have the contributor guide that is very common in the open source projects. Even if it's a open source project that is in the sandbox, we have a template that they have this contributing guide, that they have ways to contribute, find an issue, testing. So you can find it and you can help. And you have also more advances, maybe overwhelming contributor guides that is in Kubernetes and OpenTelemetry. I think good starting is try to read all these README or all these contributor guides, even if it's overwhelming, because sometimes it's like some representation that you are going in the house of someone else. Then you have to read the rules of the house before to try only maybe open an issue and say, wow, why is this not working? And yeah, and also it's, some relationships also. Try to meet the people that is doing the maintainers or changing, to reach these people, and that will be a good start that you can see if your contributions could be approved and advanced, because this is like the first step. Know the people, try to reach them, try to understand, and also read the rules of the house, and based on that, ask questions on Slack. So that will be like the first approach that everyone that wants to start to contribute in the project. Okay. And yeah, here we have an abstraction that maybe focus a little more in documentation because maybe it's a big topic. And if you think about, we have for one side the technical writers that are experts in this field, and for other the product manager. But maybe in the DevOps space, sometimes they are not speaking each other. So, sometimes that's the reason that documentations could be tricky because sometimes it's the distinguished engineer that is writing, and it's very hard to read it. And then they have this usability or user experience to create a quick start. That could be our contributions. We need more people that, from our perspective, try to create a better content, thinking on all the kind of users that could use the open source project. And in open source, we don't have these roles dedicated. Everyone is like people that is donating their time. You have to think about that. Maybe this is the timing because they take at times when the people approve your request or give in contact. But it's a little tricky, but it's very, I think the most important is you get in touch and you have this learning way. And another point that I like is localizations, because for people that we don't speak English, we are from other countries, this will help to reach more people. Like, maybe we don't have to translate everything, but at least the basic. Like Kubernetes and OpenTelemetry, that they have complex knowledge, you can translate this. We have, like, for example, nice project like the glossary, that they translate the basics concepts. And it's not only about sometimes at the open source project. For example, we have that is one sample that I really like is the deaf and hard hearing group, that they already are creating a resource, and for example, we could help them translating to reach more people that they have, that this belong from these minority groups. So, like translate white papers that is building in other tags. So it's a lot of things that you can do when you think about localizations, not only translated documentations, not only other documents that is across all the tags and across all the CNCF. And here we can see about the contributor ladder. But if you think you started as a contributor that tried to translate, try to help with some issues triage, or try to manage in the Slack or help with the blog content, the release, and you start as a contributor, and after you show the resilience to keep in time, because I think the most tricky is that you have to try to be on time, like in months, 1 year, because sometimes it's tricky to be consistent. So after that, you could be a maintainer. That, and also here is a good sample that we have good leads inside of the open source community that are thinking about how to grow up the community. Like, for example, in Kubernetes, we have building the blog release that they try to create a blogs only to show what is the caps that it will be more features that is developed inside of Kubernetes, thinking about the people that is new beginnings or the contributor experience that you will see it. So, when you are growing up in the contributor ladder, also you can create more projects that can reach more people about how to help each other. Here is like, I put this slide because if you this Kubernetes community is very big, and I think it's one of the best samples about how can be organizing non-coding experience. So you see the contributor experience is they have this GitHub that is in the slide, but each of these communities management, DevStat event is a project. It's a complete GitHub project that you can go there if you identify maybe with statistics or try to help with the mentoring. Mentoring is like you have to manage, reach the people that maybe could helping each other. It's a lot of project management that you have to go and help and reach people, contributors, blogs. Yeah, it's really like, for example, we have Kubernetes CVE and the release blogs and all this managed. It's a lot of work that you have, a lot of people that is working behind of that. So it's a different groups, that you can participate it, and also you can replicate this in the other open source projects. Even they have a YouTube. I put it in the Kubernetes new contributor orientation that each week is recording how to start, how to be a new contributor inside of Kubernetes. The last week, that is a blog, that is a project that try to list all the caps, all the new news about Kubernetes for the people that is new user.
That's amazing information, Carol. So Kubernetes community has done a lot of hard work creating this website, which is about known code contributions. So maybe you can scan the QR code, and it's quite detailed. And you want to get started with any of the known code contributions. We're going to touch upon that. It could be release teams, it could be documentation. You can take part in that. The next one is testing, which I touched upon initially as well. You need to test to ensure that everything works as expected. And everyone's setup is different, and that's a strength. You give the feedback. And there are diverse testers. They find unique usability issues. So there are different ways you can help the open source projects, any open source projects under CNCF or anything. You can test the features, you can report the bugs, you can verify the fixes, you can triage the issues. You just run the project, you are stuck, you can just raise the issue that this is this is something which is not working on, that's testing the features. So I'm going to touch upon the issue triage. It's a process by which it takes and it reviews the new GitHub issues and requests. We have a lot of GitHub issues and requests. And if you go through Kubernetes project or maybe OpenTelemetry or any other big project, they have like multiple issues and the request. So you can basically become a triager, and you can organize them to be actioned, and you can take you can basically contribute in that way. So it basically categorizes the issues and pull requests based on the factors such as priority or urgency. So this gives you an idea about and insights about the Kubernetes project or any other project. So this is one good way to get started, or acknowledging yourself with the environment of the project and how things work across that open source project. So again, this is a website. The community has been doing great work. Definitely, we have so many contributors. So you can scan this, and you can get to know that how you can get started with this. So we have release teams. So with every Kubernetes release, with every version, we have the release teams who are working hard. I'm going to ask Carol a question because I participated in release team under comms. So I was a comms shadow, but Carol has been in a lot of things. She has been the docs one. She has also been in the security, I guess. So Carol has better experience. But what I want to say is release teams has a very good opportunity for you to get acquainted with the Kubernetes project and the whole ecosystem, how things work. We have enhancements lead, we have comms lead, release signal lead, docs lead, release notes lead. So you can take part in different ways. Carol, would you like to share your experience working as a
Yeah, I think
teams? Yeah.
In any release of software, you have a lot of projects management that you have to announce a blog, you have to communicate with other groups, especially in Kubernetes, we have a lot of SIGs, the specialist groups, but in other projects, you can have the same process. Yeah, I think we can.
That's great. I know maybe this is not visible much, but like this is a visual release path. It's on GitHub as well. Like this, if you scan this QR code, basically it takes you to the GitHub repo of release team. So it has so many parts. It basically shows that when there is a release of Kubernetes project, any version, so there are so many parts related to it. Docs, comms, everything, the CI/CD pipelines. So yes, definitely we need more people on those aspects who can contribute to these parts.
Just one word before. I think maybe Kubernetes could be a little scary. That's my recommendation. Maybe start with a project that you have more affinity, like if you like storage or security, try to go to this project, open source project. We have thousands of open source projects. You don't need to focus on Kubernetes. I think we are just showing the experience of the people that organize very well in communications, but not in all the projects we have so many groups that exist in Kubernetes. Another project like OpenTelemetry, that is a project that is with a lot of contributors. You can see that also communications, you can go to the OpenTelemetry community, and it's similar to other projects. They will have a GitHub project, communications experience or community with this kind of name, that you can go to learn more about these non-coding roles. Like here is the community, and we have the end user SIG. That is very interesting if you think about in OpenTelemetry, the end user, they are trying to discuss how to be vendor agnostic. So they do a lot of interviews, and it's a lot of work that is not related with coding. So all of these groups, communications, contributor experience, developer experience, they need help. And this is just a sample that you can apply and replicate to other projects, because everyone needs a user experience in their projects. Okay.
So I'm going to touch upon technical advisory group. So with the name, we think that it's going to be more technical and we just have the code contribution, but that's not true. I'm going to share my story. So these are community-led groups within CNCF. We have different groups: environment sustainability, app delivery, network security, observability, network storage. If you're interested in any of these topics, you can take part in that. It provides the expert guidance and drive collaboration across the focus areas. It is made up of maintainers, users, and ecosystem contributors. There are different activities in which you can get yourself included, like white papers, best practices. We released the white paper regarding the AI recently, and there are so many white papers I've worked in: environment tag, environment sustainability. So those are the different areas where your non-code contributions can really help those technical advisory groups. You can host the working groups, you can host the discussions. So there are different ways in which you can contribute to technical advisory group. I was part of technical environment sustainability group, and then in that tag, recently, like this year, I led sustainability initiative in which we had to conduct meetups across the globe. So we had like 22 plus meetups across the globe. So many people organizing this meetups on sustainability. So many people talking about different projects which are under sustainability, like Kepler, Cube Green. And I was basically maintaining that project. So basically, I was working as a project maintainer, and that's a non-code skill which was required for the success of this initiative. So this is one of the examples in which you can contribute in technical advisory groups. And I'm pretty sure like each technical advisory group will have a need of non-coding skills. So you can, and the best part is it's open to all. So you can, anytime you can join the meetings, you can contribute, or you can learn. So where do you find the schedule? If you just Google, you are going to find the schedule of the meetings, when the meetings happen for each tags. You can also join the CNCF Slack group, and you can basically look for these tags, and you will get to know, you will get the notifications about the meetings. So yes, and then we have community building. So that's also one of the way in which you can participate. Community building is important when you have meetups across. When you have meetups, you meet like-minded people. You're working on some stuff and you discuss with them, or maybe sometimes you have similar feedback you want to discuss. So that's part of community building. So you can check this website. There are community groups across the globe, and you can take part. You can meet like-minded people. So that's also one of the non-coding skills.
Okay. Yeah, we are just ending, and this is like some tips, because we try to talk a lot of people that contribute with non-coding, and it's really a nice advice to be successful, that you can contribute and keep in there, and maybe upper in the ladder as a maintainer or something, and lead some group or create some nice initiative inside of CNCF or other open source community. And yeah, I think the main thing is like try to choose some topic that is related with your job or something that you really like it, because if not, it will be very tricky that you maintain your work with something different. I think this is like personal advice that I try to do. I try to join, if I am working on security, try to focus on some topic that is related to my job, to be like helping me also with my career, and I am learning also with the translations. And also a nice advice is about collaborations and not to via competitions. And at the end, these try to help each other. When you are inside of a team that you feel that is helping each other is more nice. And also you met more people and like you started to be more motivated to continue to do it. Don't try to be try to help each other. And here are some of the names that is really like a key figures that is contributing in non-coding. Mainly is from the Kubernetes and OpenTelemetry, but is so many people that is doing this work behind. I don't know if you want to say more.
Okay.
Oh, this is shoot very
Okay,
quickly.
so we had few resources. We are going to upload the slides. Okay, awesome. So we have these resources. You can check these out. It's mainly related to Kubernetes project, but these resources can help you with getting started. And yeah, thank you, everyone. If you have any questions, you can reach out to us on our socials.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, everyone, for attending.